We have a solar storm coming our way. So today, as I record this on Thursday, this is brewing right now. This is not the storm that we heard last week. That storm passed us. This is a new one and a different one. It's a lot quieter, no headlines. This is not missing us. Our NOAA models are predicting that it is going to peak on Saturday. It is building right now. And we have thousands of satellites in its path. The last time this storm hit us, 38 satellites fell out of the sky, the Starlink satellites. So I wanted to break this down for you guys. This is Ray. I'm a citizen scientist, amateur astronomer. I use my backyard telescopes, science commentator, your cosmic ray. Give me that early like and subscribe. So let's get into this. It all started with this one active region called AR4455. And this region, centered in front of the Earth, it's a group of sunspots, very active. It produced like 25 C-class flares, 5 M-class flares, and 1 X-class flare. And let me show you what's happening based on this active region. So if you look at what's happening here, on June the 3rd, our star released this massive CME towards the Earth. This is coming, this giant energetic plasma storm getting released towards the Earth. You can see that it's huge. So this is on the June 3rd. Like several times the size of our planet Earth, and that was released on June the 3rd. Let's understand what we are looking at. This is the ENLIL model from the NOAA, and the one here, right here, this is our sun, our star, the sun, and here is our Earth, this one. Now, the model is predicted based on, let me go back in time for a second. So this is as of June 3rd. On June 3rd, the solar wind density is somewhere in that green color, which is like a moderate density area. So the color represents that darker the blue, lesser solar wind, and more solar wind by the time it gets to this color. Green is more denser, and it gets to yellow and orange, and pink is worse, is a lot more density, lot more solar density. Third, we are looking okay. It is still green, and it gets easier on the 6th. That was the model at that time. This is a previous model. I'm going to show you the revised model now, why things are getting worse. So this is 6, 7, and as it comes down to the 11th, our previous models were showing that this red stuff that is coming is actually going like away from the Earth. I'll show you one more time. Our previous models indicated that high energetic dose of solar wind, the plasma storm, is going to pass the Earth behind us. From the 3rd, you just focus on this red, and this is Earth, this is Sun. This red stuff is going as predicted from like almost like behind the Earth. That was how our models predicted. We are still getting bombarded by high dose of solar wind, no doubt. We are still in the green territory, but the really high dense was behind. So let me show you what's happening now. So what are you looking at right now? So what you're looking at right now is a dark patch on the sun facing the Earth. So that dark patch is called coronal hole. So think of coronal hole is a area like an open door where solar wind can escape the sun, and sometimes when it escapes, it is going to be earth facing and it might come towards the earth. When you are seeing the ENLIL models where you are seeing the giant plasma storm or the solar wind coming, high density energy particles coming, you are looking at these coronal holes sometimes opens the door and let the energy particles, high solar wind escape. Even though we call it, it opens the door and solar wind escapes, it's not literally what's happening. There is no such thing called a door and opening a door. It's visually, it represents very, very well. And the hole that you are seeing is not a hole. It is the way we are looking at using our satellites, and the low plasma area and low energy areas here represented as darker regions. There is no physical hole, there is no physical door, nothing of that sort. When we are looking with our eyes and when we are looking from the earth, you don't see any of this stuff. This is only through a specific satellite in a specific wavelength. When you are looking from the space, not from the earth, you will be seeing these coronal holes. And we started seeing these actually physically through our space telescopes in the recent past, like starting 1970s, 1980s. Prior to that, it was all a theory that these exist. When these coronal holes, sometimes these coronal holes can release high density solar wind energetic particles towards the earth. That's what you are seeing in that ENLIL model. Let me show you what's happening here. To understand what is going on here, just look at the revised model that is going on right now. Again, same thing, like we are looking at, this is sun, this is our earth, and our star. I heard something that in the entire solar system, if you take all the mass in the solar system, the entire material in the solar system, they don't call it material, they call it mass. It's a scientific way of explaining everything. But anyway, just think of material for now, so it's easy to comprehend what I'm saying. 99% of the mass is sun. And all our planets, comets, asteroids, anything else is just the 1%. Our sun is that big. Whenever something is happening to our sun, and whenever our star is doing something, we are extremely, extremely careful and we watch it. We are looking at our star more than any other star in our galaxy. Now the revised model, almost like a weather model, right? This is solar wind, not the real wind. And what it shows now, like this is on the 10th, I'm looking at this date, June 10th, which is yesterday. And right now you are looking at Earth, and as we move, which is infamous 13th, look at that red stuff is coming and brushing towards the earth. It's not slamming the earth by no means. It is giving us a haircut and going. It's not like really coming and slamming the earth, but it is coming closer. But this is a model. So this is based on how we have seen it. And if you compare that with the previous model, this is happening on the 13th, right? This is the date that we are looking at. And our previous models, we update these every day. So our previous models show, so this is on the 12th, 11th, and our previous models show that, yeah, you see this? Like, I need to go back so that you can see it. So this is that high energetic particles coming out. So that density of plasma is behind the earth. That was the previous model that was suggesting. The revised model shows that it is not going behind. So when it came in, you see that it is coming in. So this started like around 11th. So this flare technically is a flare that is coming out from the sun, and this high energy is now on the 13th. It is coming close to the sun. I wanted to show you something. I know this is all models, so we are estimations. These are not real. We don't know whether it is going to come worse than this or better than this. We have no idea. But this is almost like weather prediction, right? There is no guarantee of one way or other way. So I wanted to show you something. So back in time, this was in 2022 February, we lost Starlink satellites, and we lost almost 39 of 49 satellites at that time. Right now we have thousands of them in the same place, and we have several more satellites as well. I was looking at that paper from that time. I want to show you the conditions at that time. So we are looking at the ENLIL model on the 1st of February 2022. Notice what you are looking at right here. So when you see this, the plasma density is close to the 25 level, right? 500 kilometers per second is the radial velocity of the solar wind. That red stuff is actually slamming the earth at that time. And compare that new model now. It is not slamming the earth. It is coming close to it, but it is just brushing it off. So this is back in 2022, and this is in 2026. And you could pretty much compare. The plasma density was as high as it will be predicted as today, and also it was a lot more higher now. It was close to 700 kilometers per second compared to the solar wind at that time was only 500. So that's where we are. That's what is going on. The reason why we are concerned is we had this Carrington event, which is, at that time we had only like telegraphs. We don't have all these satellites and all, right? But in 2022 we had satellites, and we have seen our Starlink satellites went down. We are looking at, that's what this model is predicting here. When it does compress the magnetosphere, it will send that high energy doses to the upper layers of the earth, which is going to technically impact the satellite communications. Please do share this video with your family and friends. It is going to help the channel grow. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you in the next video.